Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back once again. Friends, at some point all of us must have thought, could there be another planet like our Earth? If so, would there also be people like us living there? The story of Village is based on this topic. In the world, it is revealed that the planet on which we are living has been completely destroyed by humans. All the resources and minerals have been extracted, and what remains are ruins and desolate lands where no one lives. Some people who had money or were brave boarded some spacecraft to search for Angara, but today it's been 32 years. For 32 years, so far no similar spacecraft have been found. Each houses about 100 to 200 people, but nothing like that has emerged. So far, they haven't found anything like that. There are such spaceships here, each containing around 100 to 200 people who are living their lives in such a way. Here, we are also told that these people sometimes go to their own built butterfly fields to train, which are almost like Earth. From which you can confidently and accurately guess just how significantly advanced they have increasingly become by this current point in time. Meanwhile, we see Commander Jackie strategically and bravely leading his troops into battle. He trains everyone for safety and announces the discovery today of Iris, an Earth-like planet found after 32 years. Therefore, we cannot afford to lose it. I selected some people who would go down with me in that small spaceship so that we can see the planet up close. Thus, a week later, these people come within a distance and board that small spaceship which they were commanding. He asks everyone to fasten their belts, and moments later, they begin moving toward him while a female commander Clova completes her briefing. She asks if he has ever ridden a horse until now. He says yes, I had a farm with my dad when I was a child. There, I used to do a lot. Everything was quite normal at that time, which made everyone lost in their memories upon hearing. But then they suddenly felt a jolt. Meanwhile, when we look at the external view, we realize that all the meteorites are in their path, and only a few of them are quite dangerous. A collision occurs, which destroys an acacia, but in time some people eject and come out of perisher. Among them is Clova, whom we see falling into a river, watched by a child standing afar. He calls his dad and tells him, "Look, Dad, someone is falling over there." In fact, these people were the natives who had been living here for years. Their attire, language, diet, everything was quite different from other humans. Therefore, whenever they saw anything external, they would immediately get startled because they thought those people had come to conquer them. Before they knew it, many tribespeople had gathered there. They were watching the crashed spaceship. Meanwhile, we see Clova managing to pull herself along with difficulty. After that, she asks something using a device on her wrist. "Is there any injury to your body?" She says no, she is completely safe. In fact, the device on her wrist functions like an AI, which also tells Clova about her friends that they are 1 kilometer away. Meanwhile, we see that fireballs have started falling from the skies, which were probably meteorites, making Clova start to flee from there to survive. She goes and jumps into the river. After some distance, she finds a friend there who is drowning, so she helps her, and upon coming out, she sees that she has another companion nearby, and people are together. Udrandy goes to her because during the crash many people have been injured. But those who were injured died due to excessive blood loss, which makes Clova feel very bad because now she doesn't know whom to contact. Here, it's for survival. So there is no means to escape life. At that moment, she notices a man standing above her, who is the same tribal person, and seeing him she is astonished. Because besides them, there is no one else here. During this time, the people there become completely influenced and she starts trusting everyone. She fights all of them, but the real devil arrives. The actual creature was a mixed breed of a human and an alien. He begins to eat all those tribal people and starts trusting some of Chloe's remaining companions. In the attempt to save them, she sustains a significant head injury, which causes her to regain consciousness, and then the creature drags her away with him, where he also does wrong things with her. Upon regaining consciousness, she is in great pain from her injuries and wraps a bandage, while the same creature arrives soon after. He refuses to accept her, signaling she should stay in the cave. If Chloe remains, she'll be killed, so she scares him with fire and waits for her chance. She manages to get out from there and just keeps running away because that place looked the same from every angle. Everywhere, she sees the same appearance in wilderness. Besides, there was nothing to drink or eat. She walks on a rock trying to contact her friends, but no one responds. Meanwhile, the commander connects with her and asks if she is okay. So she replies yes and tells them that many of her companions were killed in the crash. We don't know where anyone who was with us is right now, so the commander tells her, I'm currently between two rocks, and one of my legs is broken. She was in a lot of pain, so Kloba asks them for their location, which was approximately 35 kilometers away, and it would take at least 4 to 5 days to reach there. Meanwhile, the commander's condition could worsen, she might even die, so she tells them, don't come near me here. Instead, go to the spaceship where we came out. It's somewhere in the sky. When you get close to it, you can connect. It has a first aid kit, take it and come to me. Kloba follows their instructions and then sets out on such a journey. She doesn't know if she will be able to find shelter or not, as it will soon become dark, so she decides to find a safe place to rest somewhere nearby. Because walking in an unfamiliar place in such darkness isn't safe. At night, we see that it is raining there, which made it clear that this place is somewhat like our Earth, but whether human life is truly possible here, no one knows the answer yet. In the morning, she comes out of that place and takes a stick to sharpen it, so she can make a weapon. If there's nothing else, this is better. After waiting for some daylight to appear, she pushes forward and ultimately decides to go to the commander. Because the spaceship is still further away from him, it is better to go there first. But on the way, he sees some natives who are talking among themselves. That all the people who came here were killed by us, no one survived. Hearing this makes Clova feel very bad because all her companions were killed as well. But the commander is still alive, which these people are unaware of. In the meantime, Clova's foot slips, causing her to hear a noise. And they chase after her relentlessly, but Clova manages to run quite far and cleverly hides behind a large stone, where she finally sees the same native who was previously alone. So she throws a stone at their glasses and kills them there. Then, taking all her weapons, she flees from there. But after going only a little further, she encounters some more people there, who surround her from all sides. Clova was angry about the death of her friends. Therefore, she starts fighting all of them without fear, although at first she falters, but in the end, she kills them one by one and then takes any weapons they had. She takes them and moves forward from there. But now she will need to be even more cautious that when those people find out that their men have been killed, they will become even more alert. Days pass by as Village continues his journey. He hasn't eaten anything substantial yet to fill his stomach. Now evening is approaching, so he takes shelter once again. In the morning, he hears the sound of a nagging somewhere. So he follows it and sees that it is trapped in a cave. But it is scared of anyone. Meanwhile, friends, a creature arrives there which was quite huge. Kloya attacks it a lot, but its body surface is very tough. So she waits for the right moment and attacks its lower part, hitting it all at once, killing it. After that, she tries to sit on the same sphere, but it wasn't possible for her. She tries repeatedly. And finally, she manages to sit on it. Finally, her journey has become a bit easier. She directly starts moving closer to the commander on that horse. One night she secretly talks to them, telling them that the bleeding from their wounds has now stopped and she is also feeling dizzy. They might not have much time left. Hearing this, Kola sets out to reach them even at night and arrives by morning. When she sees his condition, she becomes astonished. Actually, one of his legs had a broken bone on one side. Therefore, the commander says that you have to go and retrieve his spaceship, which is twice as large as ours. But she refuses to leave them and go. But they order her, and she has to go. In the middle, some other creatures attack her, in order to escape from which she starts walking on the shafts, but they also reach there and begin to chase her. However, Clova attacks them with arrows and, after a short time, she finds the crash plane. It arrives, from which she retrieves the first aid and task mission, allowing her to signal her large spaceship standing in space. After some time, we see that a missile-shaped craft enters this area. And she tells this to her commander, who praises her. And she says, "Come here quickly because I'm now running out of air," but in the meantime, she sees that there's someone else behind the commander. The network goes and she reaches there, but the commander was not there. Instead, there were bloodstains, so she sets out to find him. But now she was very angry. On the way, she encounters another creature which was much larger and was overpowering her. They fight for quite a long time, and now Clova was also losing her strength. But in the meantime, a tribal person comes from behind and kills that creature. And then he picks up Clova and takes her away. If anything happens, she attacks him, but the native tells her that he is not like the others. He needs help. Then Clova stops and talks to him. But he had injured her stomach, so she tends to his wound. Meanwhile, Roland explains that he's with them. But he's not like them. They have killed some of your friends, but some are still alive. They have even captured my daughter. They would have captured you too, but you ran away. But I know where your friends are. Upon hearing this, Clova and he ride the same horse to a cave nearby where some creatures were eating their dead comrades. Upon seeing this, both of them attack the creatures, and chaos ensues. However, Roland and he were trained soldiers, so it doesn't take them long. They attempted to subdue them, but more trouble was yet to come. The commander and Kaisi regained consciousness, panicked, and told them to go outside. But Roland says, "My daughter is in this cave, I will not leave without her." Hearing this, the commander becomes very angry and says, "We are leaving, die here." But Clova was not willing to do that. She would not go without him. So she scans the cave to find out where the girl is. After that, they all start moving closer to her, but that area is very active. Therefore, everyone was having trouble reaching the soar, but finally they managed to find it. However, the creature's entire army was waiting there. But these people were also prepared. As soon as they approached, the commander used his device to set fires there, and taking advantage of this, Raleigh kicked and defeated everyone. And then these people came outside, after which Roland blew up that cave with a bomb, shutting it down forever. But then someone attacked him with an arrow, none other than people from his own tribe, whom Roland said, "These won't accept us." Instead, their plane accidentally crashed here. Now they are going home, but no one believes it. Everyone thinks that Roland has also joined theirs. But he kept saying that these things were important. They kept repeatedly saying that they would save my daughter. Meanwhile, a surviving creature attacks the tribe leader. And in this clash, Clova and his people also attack them. Many of the leader's men are killed. As a result, they become very angry and try to throw bombs at them. But the bomb explodes in their own hand and they are killed. But there were still some surviving tribe members whom Rowling explains that our leader is not good. He was more concerned about his own selfish interests than about us. If we all stay together, we can build a good future. Their leader has also been killed, so everyone supports his view. In the final scene, we see that the response to the mission Clova sent has arrived, and now a large spaceship has come to take them. But now only 2 people will return because Clova has kept Rowling and his daughter here. What if humans come here in the future and start living? Because this planet is somewhat like Earth. But humans will also turn it into a wasteland. What do you think is responsible for the current state of our Earth, the pollution? The water pollution, the dirt? Well, see you in the next video. Thank you so much.